Yui got buffed and Marian will be coming to the standard banner a lot later than she did in the China versions of the game. Both of these mean a lot to players trying to plan ahead, and I'm here to quickly explain why that is. First off, Yui received a huge buff where her highlight skill now triggers a guaranteed follow-up attack for double the amount of turns than in the CN versions of the game. This opens the door for a lot of characters that were before guaranteed skips now to become really viable options on global when they release. This makes planning ahead a lot more difficult because we don't know how much more powerful characters are going to be when releasing in comparisons to already existing versions on CN. And Yui is already a perfect example of this because this is a character that a lot of people already recommended skipping just because of simple foresight. But now it looks like she can live up to her potential for a lot longer than she did in the other versions of the game, making her a way more tempting pull. If they continue to buff characters that are considerably weaker on CN in comparison to the other characters in the game, this could lead to some massive meta shifts. So trying to plan ahead just got a lot more questionable than it was before. And Marian not coming to the standard banner immediately is a problem in and of itself altogether. We have no clue when she will be coming to the standard banner, we have no confirmation on anything. All we know is that it won't be at the end of her current featured banner. Furthermore, you were previously able to get her weapon from Lufel's plan because it was a standard banner weapon. And the problem with this is the fact that Marian's weapon is just really good. And this will make it a lot harder for players to obtain her weapon that aren't pulling on her current limited banner, weapon banner. Once again proving that they're not scared to mix things up compared to what they did on CN, which can really hurt a lot of players' ability to prepare for what might happen next. And this is without mentioning that the downtime rewards we've received on global have actually been less than what was received on China, meaning that we aren't really getting compensated for these changes. In which we literally received 100 crystals for 7 hours of downtime, might I add. Furthermore, they've already confirmed that they're going to be speeding up a lot of the updates on global. And again, it doesn't seem like they're going to compensate us for the speed change. Marian did not release on the same update as Yui on the CN versions of the game. She released at 1.2, not 1.1. And if they continue in this pattern without compensation, we're not going to have as much currency to pull on banners as they did in CN. I'm all for speeding things up and catching us up in the story and speeding up the banner speeds. But I also believe that global needs some sort of compensation for this change. Marian being released so much earlier and not being a part of the standard banner immediately is a big change. And we don't know how this is going to change the timing in which they deal with the rest of the banners in the future. For all we know, we don't even know if they're going to be following the same order anymore. A lot of players have already responded to this change by giving negative reviews on Steam. It hasn't even been a day after the 1.1 update yet, and the reviews have already dropped from mostly positive to mixed. And honestly, they just look like they're going to go down even more. I'm very curious to know if this changes how you're going to be planning for the future though. I really would advise to be a little bit more careful when using CN as your primary source of reference for what happens on global. Because if this proved anything, it's that they're not scared to change characters, timing, anything like that. I hope this caught you up on everything and all the news about the 1.1 update. And I hope you guys are a lot more prepared for the future of global because we really don't know what's going to happen next. I hope to see y'all later. Peace.